Hey guys, I hope you're well. So please just watch this video. Watch this video right here. Yeah, so basically I had a look at the commentary section, just scrolling down, and there are quite a lot of comments from people in English, basically saying that the people of Goma, they're happy because the M23 rebels are doing some kind of a party here. Okay, please note that most of the posts that appear of the M23 rebels celebrating with the local population, they are in English. This is important to understand. The language in Congo, the official language, is French. So although there are many people, Congolese people, that speak English, the majority speak French. So if you really want to know what is actually going on, I advise you to also look at some of these French channels, although you might not understand, but the Congolese people are talking Lingala, they're talking French, and there's quite a lot of information from the field that you're not going to get through these videos on TikTok. Most of them are paying conversations in many lives from Congolese people. Anyways, if you go through the commentary section, you'll see a lot of people from like Rwanda, from South Africa, from Kenya, and other countries saying that they don't understand the narrative that has been put in front of them by the governments or by different people saying that the M23 are rebels. Okay. Many of them, they're saying, well, they should just take the city of Goma and make it their own country, and that's it, right? So these comments are completely disrespectful. They are disrespectful. These are from people that deserve their house to be taken away from them, because this is exactly what the M23 is doing. And I'm quite sure that if a person come and take the house, they won't be happy about it, and they will try to take the house back. Okay, so these kind of comments from individuals that dislike Congo for some personal reasons, or they actually think that the M23 are there to free the people of Congo, well, these people have issues though. Okay, first of all, these people don't know much about what the M23 has done in the past and the predecessor organization, what they've done in the past. We're not talking here about individuals that are coming to liberate Goma. We're talking here about a well-organized army supported by specific countries, mainly from the West, to take over a territory where there are natural resources that are required from these client countries, okay, to work in the industries, mainly the technological industry. So this is, for many, it's a joke. Go around saying, okay, they should just take Goma and make it their own country. Okay, this is just wrong, because this is part of the Congo, and we have a country like Rwanda not even declaring war with the Congo, but getting into Goma and taking it away little by little by the Congolese. From the Congolese. So these individuals you see here on that video, they are M23, but they are Rwandese forces. There are UN reports, UN, United Nations, and people that are on the ground, they report that the M23, they are together with the Rwandese army in the eastern part of the Congo. On these French channels, many lives from Congolese people, there's quite a lot of evidence from Rwandan soldiers that they have lost their life in the Congo. We're talking about thousands of them, okay? Well, not from the last conflict that we've seen now. I mean, last year, around March, there was also another conflict. Every year, there's a conflict in this same area, okay? This time, they're going hard, and they really want to take that territory and stay in that territory, okay? So Rwandan soldiers are dying in the territory of the Congo. They're fighting along the M23 rebels. There are reports online that they have shown pictures of individuals with a Rwandan uniform and them in the eastern part of the Congo with the M23 clothing. Okay? And there's a lot of evidence proving that there are Rwandans involved in this. Now, when you get people online saying that people should be allowed to go into another country, okay, and take part of that territory, that's just wrong. If there is a war and these countries fight over a disputed territory and one country managed to take that territory, I would say, okay, there was a war, that country won, that territory is for that country. After all, that's what happens in history, and that's how countries change their size. Now, if we think this is illegal or no, that's no problem to me. The fact is that one country took territory from another country during a war. What we see now is foreign countries that respect international law, foreign countries that they don't want internal problems in the country like the one the Congo is having, supporting what is happening in the Congo and allowing. They don't support them publicly. I mean, the Rwandan government, these Western countries do not support the Rwandan government publicly, but they're allowing them to carry out the illegal activities that they're doing in the Congo. So if you are from Rwanda, there's not much I have to say to you, because I've tried to find one Rwandese person, okay, that can think about what's happening in the Congo and that can point out the fingers of the leader, because he is the one creating all these problems, okay? He's not a man that decided to have peace with the neighbors like the previous Rwandese leader did. This guy decided to have war with every single one of the neighbors, okay? Now, please do not get the Ugandan people involved in this, because the Ugandan people do not support this in the majority. I'm telling you, Uganda has sent soldiers into the Congo to fight these rebels, okay? Now, one thing is the Ugandan people, another thing is Museveni. He is a massive problem, okay? Because he has supported openly these rebels in the Congo. Why he's sending forces and supporting the rebels, we don't know. We don't know. He's doing two contradictory things. But the Ugandan people, they don't support what Rwanda is doing in the Congo, and they know what Rwanda is doing in the Congo, because they know the history of those that are in power now in Rwanda. They know the history of the Tutsis, that they were refugees in Uganda, and they basically kicked them out of Uganda, and then they move back into Rwanda with support from Western countries, because the aim of the Tutsis has always been to gain control over Rwanda. Although they're the minority, they wanted to have control and to run the country, which is what they're doing now, okay? Paul Kagame comes straight from the G crime that happened during the 90s in Rwanda. And he was in the military. He was trained by the Americans. And now he is the person in charge of Rwanda. And he has been for many years now, 24 years or longer, okay? So when you get people like that from South Africa asking themselves, why are the South African troops in Congo? The first question they need to ask themselves, why are there South African mining companies in the Congo? It's business, okay? The Congo has vast amount of natural resources, and there are mining companies from Australia, from South Africa, from Israel, and from many countries. In fact, many of these companies, they operate legally within the Congolese territory. They reach an agreement with the Congolese government, they sign contracts in order to do mineral explorations, okay? And the South African companies, they're doing exactly that as well. So you have South African troops that they are part of the UN Blue Helmets to keep peace between two factions. So that's really simple to understand when South Africans ask why there are South African troops in the Congo. They're part of the Blue Helmets. That's the response to your question, guys. And the second, some troops are there to defend the economic interest of South Africa and the companies from South Africa in the Congo. I just noticed how little South Africans know about what the country does in other countries, how little some of them know about the activities with the UN. I was really surprised at the commentary section. Nothing against my South African brothers and sisters, okay? I have many friends for South Africa, I love them. But there are some with access to TikTok that they got to the commentary section and they show a lot of ignorance, complete ignorance about what the own government, the own companies are doing in the Congo. Anyways, there are other South Africans that they explain to them what they're actually doing, okay? Just to make them aware. Okay, now, we have troops from Burundi coming into the Congo. We have troops from Angola coming into the Congo. We have the Congolese army organizing themselves to move into the eastern part of the Congo, okay? So now they're moving big time. You've got many countries coming together and they're basically encircling Goma, okay? This has been done in the past. This is nothing new. This has happened before, where you have the M23 rebels, or whatever the name they want to give themselves, going into the eastern part of the Congo, okay, and creating problems. Main thing for these people is when you see people partying like that, as I said before, many of these people, they're from Kigali, okay? But the sons, daughters, and wives, they live in Goma. It's not far, Kigali, from Goma, okay? Many of these M23 rebels, they come from Rwanda. And the kids live in Goma. There are many people from Kigali that they have family in Goma. So these people are from the same ethnicity. And in some cases, they're from the same family, which is more than fine, okay? Goma is a border city. It's more than fine. There's no problem with that. Congolese people do not have a problem with the Rwandan civilians, with the Rwandan people. They have a problem with the Rwandan army and with the leader, Paul Kagame. Keep this in mind, okay? So, Rwandese can come. Rwandese are in Kinshasa. There are people from Rwandan origin that they are in the army, in the Congolese army, because previous leaders, they send millions a year to the Rwandan army to feed them and to get them to get weapons, okay? And then you also have Rwandan people from Rwandan origin in Congolese politics. So these two countries are interlinked somehow, okay? The problem comes when you have a rebel group which is composed of Rwandan troops that they come into the eastern part of the Congo to try to create problems. Not only create problems, now they want to take away Goma from the Congo. What kind of joke is this? I mean, if this is justified, okay, bear in mind that Congo has more troops than Rwanda. If you justify the taking of Goma by some rebel groups, it's justifiable the taking of Rwanda by the Congolese army and make Rwanda a Congolese province. That will solve all the problems that Congo is having at this point. But obviously, Congo will never do that. The Congolese government will never do that because they respect all the country's sovereignty. They respect the people. But at the moment, the Rwandan government is not thinking this way. And when you see videos like this, people dancing, you need to bear in mind one thing. Why are they showing this? Why are they displaying this publicly? They're making thousands of videos to show the whole world how they've taken over a city and how the population are happy about it, okay? We've seen this before in many conflicts. If you follow conflicts around the world, you'll notice that all of this is no more than propaganda. They're trying to portray an image that is not true. As I told you before, many Congolese people from minorities, they fled the area before the M23 came, okay? Those who remain, many of them are Tutsi, are Rwandan, some of them are Congolese as well. And some of them, they are happy of the presence of the M23. Some, they are not at all. These M23 rebels, before this day, okay, they went around Goma telling people that they will have to attend or otherwise they will suffer the consequences. So if you're there, whether you support them or you don't support them, you will go. Because if they see you walking on the street or if they see you in your house, you have to face the consequences. Some people say they're all dancing, they're all joyful. You have to pretend it, otherwise you'll face the consequences. I'm not saying that no one there was there voluntarily, because there are many people that were there voluntarily, but others were forced to attend this event. And there's quite a lot of evidence to show this. Go on Telegram, go on, as I say, French-speaking profiles that many people are explaining this. Anyways, this is not justified at all. And if you believe the propaganda you see on TikTok from a couple of videos, and you decide to whitewash everything this M23 has done in the Congo for the last years, decades, you're a joke. That's all I have to say to you. You are a joke. Because the fact that they are now showing a different image in which they show themselves as liberators, as those that come to help the people of Congo. They put a Congolese face in front of the camera, someone that speaks Lingala. Everyone behind them, they're Tutsis. Okay? If you see this, that means that you're a person that gets deceived really quickly, a person that gets tricked really quickly. Okay? But there are others that they have a really strong mind and they rather investigate before start talking nonsense. Nonsense like, on the commentary section, you got people saying, I'm a Pan-Africanist and I support you all the way, M23. What? Or I'm Nigerian and I support you, M23, because you guys seek the freedom of Congo. What freedom Congo needs? What freedom Congo needs? There is a corrupt government? I don't know. Most probably. Okay, I'm not going to give you my personal opinion on the government, although I gave it to you before, and it's negative. But so it is in Nigeria and in many other African countries. It doesn't mean that you need to support a rebel group that have been doing the G crime, they have been doing the air crime, they have been ethnic cleansing people in the eastern part of the Congo. They have been committing atrocities that you wouldn't even think about them. They have been kidnapping kids, taking them into the ranks and making them rebels. They have been doing so many things that are completely illegal. Okay? And now, because they show you a video on TikTok of them dancing, you decide to think, oh, who is lying to me? These guys are there to liberate. They're there to support people because they're giving them food on the street. Maybe they're giving them cookies. Maybe they're dancing with them or something like that. Seriously, just wanted to make this video because I'm surprised at the fragility of some minds on the internet, on how easy it is to deceive an individual, to make them think or to show them something that is completely untrue. And the easy is for them to believe it when you have, let's say, it's always the same people, 20 or 30 people from Rwanda or Tutsis or wherever, putting the same comments in the commentary section. Or this is a Congolese problem, or the Tutsi are outpressing Congo, or the M23 are liberators. Okay? This is how propaganda works. As easy as that. So be careful. Let's just say, whatever is happening in the eastern part of the Congo, as it happened in the past, they will be kicked out. They will be pushed away from Congo, and they'll have to run back to Rwanda or to Uganda. Okay? And maybe next year it's going to happen again. And the cycle will continue to happen, okay? Unless the Congolese government decides to allow some Western countries to exploit the resources for free. And this is the ultimate aim here. It's not about liberation. It's not about independence. It's about stealing resources, just like it happened in the colonial times. So if you're a so-called Pan-Africanist, which I'm not, but if you are, and you support the M23, well, you guys are the problem. Anyways, I hope you like this video. Please share it with your friends. People that might like it. Save it, okay? And as always, I'll continue informing you.